Can anyone tell me what's wrong with what Gavin Newsom said here?
80% of Californians pay about average taxes. 40% of Californians pay lower taxes than they do in Texas and Florida. Texas and Florida tax their lowest wage earners more than we do our highest wage earners. So who's the high tax state? Is it California or is it Texas?
If you live in Texas or Florida, you already know what the issue is here. Y'all don't have state income taxes. So there is no possible way your taxes can be higher than California's because you have less taxes overall.
Well, that's a silly statement to make. Of course, there's a possible way. If they don't have state income tax, they would have to generate revenue elsewhere, right? They would have to increase the taxes that they do levy. So let's say they put their property taxes at 6 million%. That would be a possible way that you could pay more taxes in Texas than you do in California. Or Texas could have their sales tax set like sky high. Let's see. Let's check here. The two states have roughly comparable sales taxes. Okay, so it's not the sales tax thing. Let's check the property tax. Texas's property tax rates are about twice as high as California's. So that's a possible way. Anything else?
And the fact that Gavin Newsom is willing to get out here and blatantly lie in an interview about the taxes that are paid in different states in this country really does show you how desperate he is for popularity.
Did he lie, though? Let's find out. All of these findings are from the Institute of Taxation and Economic Policy, also known as the ITEP. The study found that, quote, many low and middle income families pay lower taxes under California's moderately progressive tax system than they would under the highly regressive systems used to fund public services in Texas and other more conservative states. In fact, the ITEP report found California had the nation's most equitable tax system, and it cited Texas as the second most unfair after Washington. And why is it so equitable? Let's read the summary. While most other states tax their wealthiest families at lower rates than any other group, that doesn't seem right. California has a flatter tax distribution where the rich are responsible for tax rates similar to those paid by other families. This policy choice, achieved through a mix of higher tax rates at the top and refundable credits for lower wage workers among other measures, largely explains why California has some of the most robust tax revenue collections in the nation. Taxpayers at the top of the economic scale enjoy a large share of overall income, and, as a result, taxing them at a higher rate leads to comparatively higher revenue collections without requiring especially high tax rates on most families. So Governor Newsom was correct.
To sit out here and lie to y'all and make it seem like California is this haven when they have the highest cost of living in the United States.
No, the cost of living index ranks Hawaii as the state with the highest cost of living. Number 2 is Massachusetts. California ranks 3rd.
This is... it just perplexes me. It doesn't even really make me mad at this point. And what's worse is there are people out there that'll believe every word he says.
Yeah, those of us who know how to Google search and read the results. So, hope this helps.